Welcome to Matt and Mike's Matinee. I'm Michael, otherwise known as Mike.
Yep. This is Matt, otherwise known as Matt. Yeah. And
Do you want to roll into the?
It's fine. Well, I mean, are we waiting for? We're waiting. Well, the click is when it.
I think
dies.
he did it.
So
I think
he's
clicked
recording
out.
it. So we're recording.
We're
it now.
waiting for them to leave, which they just left.
Okay, good. Okay, that's the click you're talking
That's
about.
the click I'm talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do it.
Matt and Mike's Matinee. I'm Michael, otherwise known as Mike.
And I'm Matthew, otherwise known as Matt.
Welcome to our channel. We just kind of want to tell you a little bit about ourselves in this video. Matt, why are we doing this?
Well, we're doing this because we're two gentlemen that love movies. We love movies, and we love talking about them, and we like sharing movies with our friends and our family, and kind of creating a community around talking about movies. And we kind of want to do that online as well, and share movies with other people, and kind of get a conversation flowing. So,
I feel like our friendship, every single conversation we've had has been kind of like, why are we not letting the world see this?
Yeah.
Like, Matt's brain and the way that it's structured and the way that it can actually, tell things is a wonderful way, I think, personally, for us to kind of reach out into the world and teach people how to engage with movies and entertainment and pop culture instead of just mind-numbingly consume them.
yeah, it's true. But at the same time, we also can't put ourselves up too lofty.
No, because we're just two dudes. At the end of the day, we're just two dudes.
Yeah. I feel like we're two dudes, and we love movies, and we just and at the same time, I love exploring and kind of. My goal is to understand how other people think about art and think about movies, and kind of ask them, to prod them to kind of get an understanding of the people around me and the world and how they feel about movies. And I guess that's my drive, and that's how it's always been with you.
Yep.
So, and everybody, I always so I kind of feel like, yeah, we could just do that across the board and kind of just find out how the world thinks about movies, or how people from I've done this, with so many people, I've
In
met
your
in my
community.
life, in my community, in college and in high school, and even globally. I have a bunch of friends that that live overseas, and I've done that with, but it's much smaller. But we're just we just need to record these conversations, because our conversations about movies are always been really, really fun, and sometimes I'll come upon some ideas, and I just it wasn't captured. It wasn't wrote down. It wasn't captured in time. Those thoughts are gone, and I feel like we should have a record for that.
Yeah.
A record for that, for not only our own personal benefit, but if we ever have any kids later down the road, it'd be kind of cool for our kids to kind of see these. If nothing else, then it's just we got hours of our dads just talking about movies, and just they'll have that. And I think that might be even worth doing this whole thing for that. So,
Yeah, definitely.
so that's kind of where we're at, I think. And so, but movies mean a lot to me. What do they mean for you? Why do you like movies so much?
So I like movies because they're an escape from the mundane, from the everyday. They're a time to sit down with your friends, with your family, to really have a shared moment and something to discuss. Some of my most favorite times watching a movie has been on the couch, and we're just sitting there laughing about it and talking about it. Be like, oh man, he did that! I can't believe it! You should have done that, or something.
Yeah.
Or somebody cracking a joke about a stupid scene.
Yeah.
Or somebody being like, wow, that was really powerful.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy the people aspect of watching movies, which is why we want to try with Matt and Mike's Matinee.
Right.
Is share that and bring in those conversations and spark those conversations.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike?
Create a global couch for us to all sit on,
or whoever
and riff
is
with.
welcome.
Yeah,
Global.
exactly.
We're here right now, little
Yeah.
bitty seedlings. We'll see where we're at in
I
a
think
few
it'll be
years.
good. Movies for me has also been escape as well from different problems I've had throughout my life. It's always been nice to just kind of get whisked away. But another thing that movies do, and the reason why I love them so much, is that living in the middle of nowhere, like Kentucky, my access to the world is somewhat limited, and so it's always been a way that I can like go outside of my own shoes and kind of like understand the world through other people's perspectives. Like I can get insight on people from different walks of life, different age groups, different ethnicities, different cultures, or in different circumstances, and kind of like learn how to empathize with those perspectives and kind of gather a more nuanced understanding of the world that I live in. And I think that movies, are just one of the most perfect avenues for it. They're emotional, and they are visual. Like something about like reading something about something is very different than seeing it. Seeing
Absolutely.
it sticks with you more, and I think that's why I've always liked it. So
Absolutely. Like the things that you can portray through a movie, be it a piece of like animation or be it a live action,
yeah,
you just can kind of condense down. Like if you want a movie that's just supposed to bring adrenaline to the viewers, you can make something that's bringing adrenaline. If you want emotions, like a drama, you can make a script, put the people together to do it, and then maybe come up with something interesting in the end. Like my least favorite genre is horror.
yeah,
I do not get anything from it.
yeah,
And as a person who takes those emotions from a movie with me after the movie, that's not an emotion that I want to carry with me.
Yeah, right.
I can't just turn that off.
yeah.
What's your
That makes
least favorite genre?
My least favorite.
Now-
It's hard to say because I like every genre of movie quite a bit. I would probably say my least favorite is art musicals
Interesting.
overall, but not to say that I haven't loved my own fair share of them, but it's the one I find myself like gravitating towards the least. And I don't really know why. It's probably maybe something that it's probably unexplainable. Why that is. I guess like the Broadway style of music is something I don't like as much as as other styles of music. So I don't know. Maybe if they had like some weird experimental like art pop musical, like I would be like, yep, all right, I'm in.
Idea.
Idea. But yeah, I think that with that being said, what are some of your favorite movies? Like what movies like define you? Like your
So, like, off the top of the head,
yeah.
which I'm pulling up the Discord now because on our Discord we have our favorite movies and our rating scale and everything like that.
Yes.
Which we will be using in the videos. A rating scale that's designed for the viewers, for you guys to really interact with what we're doing and what you like too.
Yeah, well, in that way like exactly like where we're coming from.
Exactly.
Like you have like a record of what we've rated. You understand what our ratings mean, and that way what a Matt 6 is versus a Michael 6.
Yeah.
And that way you're not because everyone like interprets
Exactly.
like a number is kind of arbitrary, but unless you define what it means, and then you can go, oh, okay, I understand that. So
exactly. So
because we understand that like don't get us wrong, like it still is our own subjective opinions on these. It is not an objective.
There's
like
no
truth.
way. There is no way to make an objective
right.
rating scale.
But you know what our numbers are, so you know what we mean.
And then as you watch the videos, you'll figure out who we are as people, and you can be like, oh, I'm more of a Matt's movie kind of guy, or I'm more of a Mike's kind of movie guy. Or if we ever bring people onto the show, this is who we kind of gravitate towards. So you can pick up on what kind of movies you might want to invest in the future, go see in the theaters, or pick up later on. And because we have that kind of unique style of rating, which as you grow with us through this journey, a friendship, you can come up with your own rating style and genre of how you feel when it comes to entertainment. Now, back to your earlier question. Sorry for derailing you there.
Oh, it's okay.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is if you're gonna say what is a movie that Mike could watch any day of the week, multiple times, it would be Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's funny, it's witty. I'm a space guy, so the settings in space, and it's weird space. It's like if life could evolve in any way possible, why not just have fun with how it does?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how Ant-Man does their quantum world. You know, it's just as many wild things as you can think of.
Yeah.
But really, what Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is to me, on the nitty gritty, like the bottom line, is that it's pointing fun at being human.
Yeah. Right.
It's the whole thing is a British, witty, smart joke of you're human, you're not important. There's so much more out there that is more interesting and more exciting than your little bubble
Yeah. Right.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. That's cool.
And like I to me that really is important. What's your favorite movie, buddy?
My favorite movie. So this would be really hard to say. I think that it would be down to a couple. But if I was to, if somebody was just like off the cuff, tell me like, hey, just name one, really fast. It'd probably be the movie My Dinner with Andre.
Name one really fast.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think My Dinner with Andre is my favorite movie. It's a movie that like, I sometimes feel kind of guilty about it because it's a movie that is like, not so, for being a film, it's very static, and it's much more about like the dialogue. Like it still is there are a lot of interesting cinema like tricks going along to make the movie special, but it still is like almost like two guys meet up for dinner and they have a conversation about what life is like, what it means like truly live. And that movie and it almost has like more action in it than like some action movies, but it's like because of the stories that are being told are so interesting and so vivid, like the image, like the stuff that creates in your mind, that you just kind of like live through these characters like lives and experiences through their words. Mm-hmm. It's an incredible movie that kind of just shows the power of script writing and acting, and like what you can do with those base elements. And it's so good. It's always just stuck to my ribs, and it blows me away every single time I watch it. But it's also like what it says is I think has spawned a lot of great conversations with me and my friends as we kind of interpret, and we kind of have our own opinions on like what it means to truly live,
Yeah.
And I encourage people to watch it. It's one of those very thought-provoking movies that I think it changed a lot. But that would have to be mine, I think.
What a beautiful thing that cinema can do that too. Yeah. We've watched many movies together, but like your backlog, whenever we first met, I was like, I'm very impressed with how much you have seen. Yeah. And then not only that, but with other pop culture things too, music and manga and things like that.
Yeah, and albums.
And albums. Yeah. And it's just like really impressive, which is why I'm very inspired by you. And this journey that we're about to create embark on.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you're one of my favorite people to talk to as well, and share experiences. I always enjoy hearing your takes on movies, even if they sometimes make me die a little inside. But it doesn't really matter, like, because in the end of the day, it's like, because I understand you a bit more each time, and it's cool that you feel comfortable enough sharing those thoughts with me, regardless what they are. Just but I think that it's cool that we have that relationship with each other, and definitely. I think that's what the exciting thing about this channel is going to be. Yeah, is that we have like different things we look for in movies. Sometimes we like different types of movies, but we're kind of like, you're coming into the world of Matt, I'm going into the world of Mike, and our conversations can just be really natural. We can have disagreements, and it's like totally okay.
Yeah,
and I think that creating that sort of environment for movie discourse will be really interesting too.
I'm so excited for the ride, my friend.
Yep.
Like,
Me too.
This is going to be awesome. Yep. Guys, join us as we start from bare bones. Matt and Mike's Matinee. Right now, we're reviewing movies, watching them, and we would love to hear your opinions, thoughts, anything you would like us to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yes, your favorite movies, which would overlap with what you want us to watch again.
Absolutely.
Yes, please share those, and we'll see where this journey takes us. We might even branch out and do some other things in the future, but we're not gonna put anything to stone right now. But
nope. But we look forward to what we're going to be doing. So, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you and all the input that you're giving us. It's gonna be something else, my friend.
It will be.
Welcome to the party, and
Yep.
we'll see you on the clip side. A little saying that I came up with,
Yes.
like on one of our very first videos. I still don't know if he's sold on it.
I'll say it one of these days. You'll see. You'll see. I'll catch Mike off guard. All right. Take it easy, everybody.
You think he will? You think he will really catch me off guard?
I think so. I think I will.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do it at an inopportune time.
I mean, it's just really cool, the dichotomy that we have, you know, like you are the brains very much, and like you're the deep diver, you're the one that goes in, who knows every single actor, the director. Like with Mickey 17, you taught me a lot of stuff I didn't know that really made the movie better after I talked to you about it and you told me that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see what we can learn. And I'm over here, I'm just kind of like, wow, I had fun, yay!
Yeah.
But what is this really saying?
Right.
And
what's like kind of thing with the ethos thing? I see that you gave it a 7. Or you wrote down a 7.
You were supposed to see that till the
sorry.
review, buddy.
Sorry, I cheated. But I'm glad you gave it a 7.
Yeah.
Because you know, I'm glad that but I'm glad we talked about it because like, I think you also kind of like,
Yeah.
You wouldn't go, because I know you were like interpreting a certain way, and then like we started talking about it, and then you're just like, oh shit, no, this is the way I need to like approach this movie.